Hello guys, it's Business Monday. This is Adria Osaka, aka your energetic EJ, and this is a new segment on the Afrocentrist podcast called Business Monday, where I get to talk to business people who are creating solutions, services, or products for other businesses. Okay, so it's B2B here, right? It will be coming to you every other Monday on the Afrocentrist podcast. You don't want to miss it. And if you are watching this and you have a solution or a product or a service for other businesses, then you want to connect with me so that I can feature you on the podcast. I mean, we need this information to go around, don't we? So don't miss it every other Monday on the Afrocentrist podcast. It's your girl, the energetic EJ, signing out. See you on Mondays. Bye. Hi guys, and welcome to today's episode of the Afrocentrist podcast. My name is Adria Osaka, the energetic EJ, like you always know. How are you doing today? I'm so excited to be here again. Of course, you already know that was what I was going to say, right? Now we know each other. Isn't that great? Well, welcome to today's episode. And on the show today, I have like a superstar. He calls himself Africa's greatest sales coach. Man, first time I met Daniel, it's like he brought fire down. It was at an event, like an online class that I belong to, in the community I belong to. And he brought fire down, like he was just pouring the fire. We're like, who is this dude? Why are you going to put us on fire like that? But it was an instant hit, just connecting with him. And I am so happy to have him on the show today. And he's like currently a best-selling author. Yes, because why? We like to call things forth as though they were. So we're going to be talking about this book. Guess what he has titled his book? He titled it 12 Sales Secrets that the 500 Fortunes would not want you to know. Would you want to know it? I bet you do want to know it. But before we tell you the secret, because you like just too much, all right? This is a message for you. Hi, I'm Adria Osaka, aka the energetic EJ. I'm a content creator, a podcaster, and a traffic hacker. I'd like to share with you something dazzling that changed my mind and my status. And it's about the 10 globally proven skills that can generate you over 40 streams of income. Listen, in life, I've learned that to be able to create and sustain wealth, you need to learn how to make, manage, and multiply money. And in this webinar that I'm about to invite you to, these 3 things are going to be shared, but also you're going to learn how these 10 skills can generate wealth for you. I mean, wealth is not for everybody. So if you're not interested in understanding how to create and sustain wealth, this webinar is not for you. But if you know that you want to understand and capture the power of creating and sustaining wealth, then this webinar is what you need. Hurry now, sign up, click the link in this video because the seats are limited, but it is absolutely free. I kid you not. And I can't wait to see you in that webinar. So click the link now and sign up. See you there. All right, guys, now, yes, we are ready to tell you the secret. But before we unleash the secret, because I know you want to know the secret, right? Especially if you are in business and in Africa, you do want to know the secret. But before we go into the secret or whatnot, let us meet this gentleman right here. Hi, Daniel.
Hi. Energetic. I feel the energy already, you know.
If you don't laugh, like, hey, what's going on?
What's going on now? When I first saw energetic EJ, I was like, who is this energetic? Okay, maybe I have to encounter it. When I encounter it, like, okay, I feel the energy, man. I feel the energy.
Awesome. How are you doing?
I'm doing amazing.
So good to have you on.
Pleasure
Like, in fact, the way this all happened, I was like, like, what's going on?
It's a divine plan.
I know. And I'm so honored to have you on the show today. Yes. So before we go into the sales, I see you. Let me hold the book. Maybe by holding it, I'll get some of the secrets.
Direct invitation.
You know. All right. So tell us about you. Who is Daniel? We know you are Africa's, greatest sales coach. We know how amazing you are in digital marketing space and all of those things. But who are you?
Okay. So I'm a Pan-Africanist. I'm a global sales coach, an author. And I'm obsessed with impact, impacting lives basically, and helping transform lives for a better life basically. One thing about me is that my entire life's fulfillment comes from my ability to make others better.
I like that.
You see, there's a difference between success and fulfillment.
Absolutely. Tell me about it.
Success gives you things that make you happy. Fulfillment gives you things that make you satisfied.
Say that again.
Success gives you things that makes you happy.
Okay.
Fulfillment gives you things that makes you satisfied.
So, in a nutshell, there's a difference between satisfaction and happiness.
Yes. A lot of people have happiness but not satisfaction. Because happiness can always be taken away from you. But a man that is satisfied for life.
Hey, see you. Introduce yourself, and it's already dropping nuggets. Hey, Charlie, calm down. Tell us one thing that most people don't know about you before we go into all the sales stuff.
One thing that most people don't know about me. That's interesting. I think one thing that most people don't know about me is that most of the wisdom and the drive I have is aligned with destiny and purpose. It's not my choice. It just flows with me.
So has this always been the flow from the onset, or did you just get into the flow recently or as you grew up?
I've been in the flow for years. I had the knowledge I was in the flow, but I wasn't conscious I was in the flow. So the difference now is that I'm now conscious of who I am, what I can do, and the impact I can have.
Okay, so why I asked that question is, have you always known this impact and this power that you
Yes,
carry?
I've always known, but I wasn't conscious of it. In my other book that I'm writing, which is called Mind Games, that one is more about mind transformation.
Okay.
I wrote the difference between knowledge, awareness, and consciousness.
Hey, Charlie, give us a tip. What's the difference between those three?
So knowledge is, let me give myself as an example. Knowledge is, I knew that I loved impacting. I knew I loved speaking for the past, say, 15 years. I didn't even know maybe I want to be a public speaker. I just knew I loved speaking, I loved impacting. It was just knowledge. Now, I got awareness when people started telling me about, I love this project, I love this topic. I knew I was doing it, but I wasn't even aware people were being blessed. I just knew that I liked doing it, but I wasn't aware people were being blessed. I wasn't aware that the fire is that much, and globally people, I kept receiving messages, so I now became aware. But I still didn't know that. I still didn't know the person I am. So I can say that maybe one thing people don't know about me is that growing up I struggled with self-esteem issues. Even though I was doing all these things and I was receiving all these good things from people, I was now becoming aware. Consciousness came when I decided to meditate and accept and assimilate what people are saying.
So it was a mixture of what you knew, what people were saying, and then just embracing it.
Most people know, but they haven't embraced. And the embracing is very intentional. You must spend time to embrace it, because as human beings, we become.
Absolutely.
We become. And the last step to becoming, which is also in my book, is acceptance. Oh, yes. That's what most people fight. Acceptance. Accepting you are not ordinary. It's not easy, especially when you were not inculcated with that idea growing up.
Yes.
Accepting the fact that you are unique and no one can be like you and you are a powerhouse. Whilst there are 8 billion people, to be able to accept that you are different from all of them and none of them is better than you because you are unique in your own infinite intelligence, that acceptance comes with a deliberate intention. So I had knowledge all that while. I became aware, and then I decided to set myself apart from different things and then be conscious. That's what has made the difference.
Whoa, guys, is that hot or what? Like, as you said it, I just, that's true, because we know. Like, we all know, we all say it all the time. Like, we all have unique thumbprints, we all have unique tongue print, thumbprint, unique pupils.
Exactly.
We know these things. But do we really accept it?
We don't accept it.
Are we really conscious of it? Oh my God.
Most people aren't.
So,
and before you even continue, there's knowledge, awareness, and consciousness. People don't even have the knowledge.
Some don't even know. And that's the toughest one. That's the hardest one, because like you don't even know. You don't even know what's going on. Like you're just existing.
Existing.
Please, guys, don't just
Yeah.
exist. Please, 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 don't just exist. No, start with knowing. Don't rush to accept, because if you don't know now and you just accept, you might accept what's not yours.
Exactly.
So, but first, know, and then be aware, and then be conscious.
Exactly.
And this takes years, and it takes intentionality.
Intentionality. Yeah.
Like being intentional,
Yeah,
like
very, very
who
intentional.
am I?
Yeah.
Why am I here? I was listening to Miles Miro, God bless him so much. Like the impact that man is making even after he's dead for years is just amazing. It just goes to prove, like when you enter into your purpose, when you enter into the essence of why you're placed on earth, it's eternal.
Yeah.
Like one of my lecturers in Spain, Dr. Samuel Ekundaya, says, like, your purpose is eternal.
Mm-hmm.
It does not start with you.
Mm-hmm.
It does not end with you.
Yeah.
Death cannot stop purpose.
No.
Like you die and your purpose still continues.
It still continues,
So please, guys, start with knowing, then be conscious. Accept and then be conscious.
Exactly. Whilst we're talking about this, about your purpose continues, there's one statement I would like to make. Until you have a legacy that lives after you, you never lived.
If you die and everything you do dies with you,
then
that's
you never lived. That is the measure of a man's purpose. That's the measure of a man's worth.
Like I was saying, when I listened to Miles Moreau talking about the 5 questions you should ask yourself and you should have answers to.
Yeah.
Who am I?
Yeah.
Where am I from?
Yeah.
What can I do? What can I do? Then I think there's, where am I going?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
And what's my destiny? What's my purpose and all of that? I'm like, wow. So like you have to be conscious about it.
Very, very conscious.
You knew, and then you came into awareness, and then you came into consciousness, and now you are walking in your power.
Walking in my power. As beings, as spirit beings, as we are living in this tent, we are infinite. So we unfold all the time. So consciousness is not something you achieve
once and say I'm conscious. No.
You unfold forever. And even if you live on this earth for 1,000,000 years, you never finish unfolding. You never finish unfolding because you are an infinite being coming from an infinite being. So you are so infinite that you can never finish unfolding.
So hard.
So when we say God is the same yesterday, today, and we are not saying that he's the same person. We are saying that he's same in unfolding. He keeps unfolding and changing and becoming, and that is the person that we came from.
And Ecclesiastes says he planted eternity
in our hearts. And you see, most often when the Bible talks about our heart, it's talking about our subconscious.
The real being
within us. So if eternity has been planted in, you can't lack ideas. You can't. Like the same way a dog doesn't struggle to bark, you can't struggle to have ideas.
So what do you think then is the issue?
How we were groomed. When you were growing up, they told you you were a human being. This is how human beings behave. But right from the onset, you should tell your child you are a spirit being and you are excellent and you are limitless and nothing can stop you. What do you want to be? Be it.
Woo! Parents.
That is how. So actually on the mind games, I'm writing one also for kids and for parents. So after the first one, the second one will be a dual book. The first part will be for parents and the second part of the book will be for kids. How to train your kids. Every morning, you should wake up and you should let your kids face the mirror and they should say who they are.
Declare.
They should,
confirm, affirm.
That is a practice every family should do every morning. Every family. Wake up with your children, have kids, have a big mirror. All of you should stand in front of the mirror and all of you should tell yourselves who you are.
Every day.
Every day. Because there's no matter how good parent you are, you can never find the purpose of your child. That purpose is in him. No matter how much you love them. So allow them to unfold. You don't force it on them. You can help them and guide them and direct them, but you can't force it on them.
But that's what we're here for, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like we are guides as parents.
We are guides.
We are guides.
They are a whole being on their own. It's just because of you they came. But they are not
came through us.
Through us. You don't own them. You don't decide their purpose. They are a whole being, just like you came into this world before them. and they also had to come, and they came through you. So they are like two adults, just that you became an adult and you came first before they also came. They are a whole being on their own. Without you, they are a whole being just like you. The fact that you are older than them doesn't mean you are better than them. You just came earlier than them, but all of you are equal, infinite beings. You and your child.
Hey, Daniel, setting the studio on fire. Oh. See me clapping like I'm in church. Please, guys, I don't know if you can feel the fire. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have truly entered into your power. And then you've talked about, is this your first book?
This is my first book.
And then you're already writing the second one.
Yes.
And it's already whetting our appetite.
Yes.
Like, please, when are you going to be done? Let's come and take it.
Yes.
So let's talk about this one that we can see now, right?
Okay.
Sales, 12
12
sales
sales
secrets
secrets
the global 500 companies don't want you to know.
Yeah.
Why did you feel compelled to share this?
Because people are struggling. And it hurts me that people struggle when they are infinite beings. You see, it doesn't matter how infinite you are. If you lack knowledge on a topic, you struggle in it. So, I started my sales career struggling. I struggled bad. And I decided that, okay, I'm going to master this thing they call sales. Because life is sales.
True. Actually.
Life is sales. Everybody is selling. For example, if, for example, you have a group of friends and then you want to go and eat out somewhere. This one says, let's go eat here, let's go eat here. The person whose idea is taken. It doesn't mean that's the best place. The person who is best.
Person had the conviction
Exactly.
the best.
You know, for even before you date, you are selling an idea to the girl or the guy. It's selling. If you need a pay raise in your company, it's selling. If you need to, even if you have a company and you want to achieve your target, you must be able to sell it well to your team so that they achieve well. Everything about life is selling. Like, if you want a discount, you are selling an idea to get a discount. So selling is not just about I have a product, I have a business. No, we all sell every day. So if we all sell every day, then that means people must know how to sell to be able to make their lives better.
Okay.
Especially people who have the career in sales. So if this is how I'm struggling, wow, then imagine the billions of people across the world who are also struggling. This is my purpose, to master this thing we call sales. Break it down like milk so that every human being can digest and make their lives better. So even when you read this, it's not even just for salespeople. Networking is one whole chapter. People go for networking events. I'm going to network. Then they print complimentary cards. Hand it into people's hands. Share it. You are sharing it. You are not networking. You are doing a donation of cards.
Gosh, I have so many cards on my table.
Yeah. Do you even know them? So many cards. Do you know them? Do you care about them? Do they call you? You see, and we are wasting our time. We think we are networking. No, a whole chapter is on networking. The do's and don'ts of networking. 3 questions. You see, I've broken it down that once you read it, you can apply it. 3 questions that you should ask once you meet someone so that to get the connection deeper. Networking is about getting a connection deeper so that after you leave, you now have a friend. You can't have a friend. The easiest way to have a friend is to decide to help somebody because we are all selfish beings. So at the networking event, everybody's trying to pick something to get help. No, when you go to a networking event, don't try to get help. Try to give help.
It makes you more memorable.
I decided that, okay, so I'm going to master this thing we call sales. When I master it, I'll teach the world. And no better way to master. After mastering it, I did a research on the top 500 companies in the world. You must be able to bet. I've mastered it, but no. What about some people are also using some things, and that is what making the top 500 companies. So, for example, like Emirates Airlines, I've dealt with them seriously in this book. What makes them different? Coca-Cola, Nike, Facebook, and all those top big brands out there.
Absolutely.
So
wow.
These are the 12 secrets that run through almost all of these people. And I've given examples of how each of them use these secrets. For example, how Coca-Cola was able to make an extra $11 billion just by using one campaign. That campaign called Share a Coke With.
And then the name thing now happened. Ooh.
It's called the customization emotion. And anybody can use it. It doesn't have to be like Coca-Cola. I show you how you can also use it. For example, as easy as calling you Adria or energetic Adria instead of Madam, you've used that secret. So people are coming to your business. You have clients. Hello, Madam. Hello. No. Find their name. Call them by their name. It makes you get a connection automatically. So I've given different ways that people can use that that customization emotions to influence people, to connect with people, and to sell better.
This is definitely a bestseller, like legit. Did you print this in Africa or?
Yeah, in Africa.
In Africa,
Yeah.
it's so nice. Like it's
Yeah.
I love
the quality.
I love the quality. I love it's not white. It's a bit off white, and it's just so good. And I just opened this page now, and I'm just going to read one paragraph to you quickly. And I think this is on the 6th secret, right? It says, the easiest way to miss any sales is to focus on the product and your business instead of the customer you are trying to sell to. Get this into your head now. Are you ready? Sales isn't about you. Capish? Understood? You hear me? Sales isn't about you, but about the customers you are trying to sell to. And I'm just going to ask a question from there. So when you talk about customers, I mean, like you said, this book is not just written in a way to address only people who have businesses or who have product or services to sell. It can also, apply some of the principles here as a person in relationship and all of those things. But let's focus on the people who are selling, who have a product or service, for example. So when you talk about customer, focus, centrist service or product, what are some of the things to put in mind when you are, putting that focus, right? So that because some customers are very, and we know that they say customers are always right.
Yeah.
But some customers are.
I'll deal with that one. Let's note it. Customers are always right. I'll deal with that.
That's
Okay,
cool. But sometimes they don't even know what they want. So how are you able to focus on them to make your service better?
Okay. Let me give an analogy. Yeah. Imagine you are having a headache and your eyes are hurting, and then there's this doctor who is known globally as a great and amazing doctor. He always delivers 100% accuracy and he's just globally known and celebrated. You have the opportunity to meet this doctor. You enter his consulting room, as professional as he is. Maybe he sees you. You sit down. He doesn't ask you any question, and he writes a prescription. Go get these drugs, you'll be fine. What would you do?
Nothing to do with that.
Nothing to do with that, But would you be comfortable?
Not really, because he didn't even ask me what's wrong with me.
He didn't even what? Ask. Now, let me explain better. When he asks you, and then he writes a prescription for you, your trust moves from 0 to 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then you go and you believe that once you take this prescription, you'll be fine. What if the drugs he wrote were not correct? But you still have trust.
Yeah, true.
So that means that it's not really about. It's not really about the quality of even what you are giving out. The quality matters, but quality matters after you've bought something. I'll deal with that later. Let's come to the doctor. So what he wrote for you could have actually been wrong, but you still had trust in it. So that means that one way to get trust, whether your goods are quality or not, is to ask questions.
Wow.
Once you're asking questions and they are answering, in their head, this person really cares about me. This person likes me. This person is really in-depth. This person is trying to solve my problem. I can trust him.
Simple but profound.
Simple. This is one of the most simplest ways any human being can do anything. And the reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so that we listen twice as much as we speak. So don't talk much. I see people go to do sales presentation. When they go, our goods, our services, this is how. No! Ask, let them talk. The person who asks the questions is always the person in charge.
Are you hearing what I'm hearing, guys?
The person who asks the questions is always anywhere. Go to the doctor's office. The doctor asks the questions. Go to the courtroom. The lawyer asks the questions.
Go to the police court, the police station.
They ask the questions. So maybe not everywhere. I can't say everywhere, but in most places in this life, where whoever asks the questions is usually when you go for an interview, who asks the questions. So in any sales conversation, be in charge. Ask the questions.
Hey.
If you are not in charge of a conversation, you can never charge them your worth.
Ha! Please tweet that. If you're not in charge of the conversation, you can never charge them your worth.
Yeah.
Whoa. Daniel Sarpong, 2021.
Yes, I like that. I like that.
Wow.
So always that this is not how difficult is this? How complicated is life doesn't have to be complicated. This is simple. Ask questions. But
there is also quality of questions. So how
quality of questions.
Yeah, because you can be asking the wrong questions.
Okay, so now we've come to asking questions. So now let's come to quality questions. The questions you are asking should be questions to punch holes into the life of the person or the business to see where you can fit.
Mm-hmm.
I say all the time that a business is like a wall. You don't have a place in it. It is flat. You don't have a place. If you want to have a place in a business, you must punch holes and fill yourself in it. So you punch holes. You have to find out, what are they doing now? What have they done before? What experiences have they had? What do they think about your product? What problems do they have? So ask all these questions to understand how they are thinking and their position now. When you understand all those things, you know how to customize your message to fit them. So punch the holes well. But I can't punch holes if all you're doing is talking. You must ask questions to punch the holes.
Wow.
So let's give a scenario of let's give it of something someone sells. I want to use something generic so that we can have let's use maybe you are going to a school to sell books. Let me use something generic so that it's not like I made this up. Let's say you're going to sell books or stationery or something in a school, and then the school possibly already buys it from someone or is a new school. Now, if right now I should meet the headmistress, I'll try to find out which kind of books do you use? Which kind of curriculum do you use? On average, how many do you buy each year? Which suppliers? Maybe they won't tell the suppliers, but how do you get them? Do you get them on delivery for free, or you have to get someone to go and chase them? I'm trying to understand how. So if I know that they have to go and chase the book, then I can
bring it to you.
Exactly. Another question I'll ask is, at what price do you usually get it? I can see that this is a big school and you buy a lot. Do you get any special discount for it? Which discounts do you get for it? Do you have a special account manager who comes here to ensure that things are okay in your school? Or we have some partners in other countries who provide some free books for your library. Is that something you'd be interested in? I'm getting the attention and the attraction of the principal. So if I sell books, one of the things I'll do is that I'll have an extra NGO that connects with other businesses across the world that gives free books to students. Or even if it's not about books, I'll connect with some organizations that are interested in youth development or children development and say that, but away from the books, I actually have connections in here and here and here and here. I think you have a very good school and your students and the teachers and the parents will really appreciate it if you do a project like this. But maybe you don't have the funds now. I have an NGO that does it for free. We'll come and do this for you. Or maybe there's a special bootcamp for children and all that, but I'm connected to these people so I can help them get you a 10% discount. Do something, give them value, find ways to serve it hot for them so that they can't refuse you. It doesn't always have to be about the books you are selling or the stationery. Give them value. Give them something that makes them feel like, I care about you, I care about your business, I care about what you are interested in. Every human being has an interest. If you can know their interest and give them their interest, they'll give you whatever you want.
So good, guys. So good. But before we continue, let's go on this quick break. We'll be right back.
Hi there! Do you fit into any of these categories? Are you a stay-at-home mom with a lovely voice, sweet to tell bedtime stories? Or are you a coach with clients who love to listen to your voice? Or are you a young creative looking to explore the world of audio? That can be starting your podcast or lending your voice to SMEs for their business ads. Or are you great at interpreting and telling stories with the ability to captivate your audience? Then this audio bootcamp is just what you need to give expression to your voice. Do you know that you can earn extra income by applying your voice in these different areas? Not sure how? Let me show you how. Sign up for the Audio Bootcamp course today and join a community of like-minded creatives like yourself. using their voices for impact and income generation. Click the Learn More button now to sign up.
All right. Wow. Dad, like you've it's hot in here. It's hot. Oh my gosh. See, okay, some of you be like, it's too much. What is he saying? Except that well, if he's not dropping for you, he's dropping for you because my head is just spinning. My head is turning on its own, right? So you said you were going to mention something about customers are always right.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay. So, you see, one problem I have with a lot of trainers, a lot of coaches is most people just love to be coaches and trainers, so they just learn things and say it without understanding it. So in the end, they confuse a lot of people. So you see, the customers are always right. The customer is not always right. The customer is always right within the confines of your policies. So for example, I have a restaurant and I close at 8 p.m. You come and you say that I'm coming at 8 p.m. but I'm having lunch. I want to have lunch at 8:30. So please open up because I have 2 and 3 people coming. You can't disappoint me. I'm the customer. No, Mr. Customer, I can't do that. But you will say it in a nice way, but let them understand that we can't. But because maybe I'm a business, it's not because you are right that I'm doing it. It's because maybe I want to give you a special experience. So there's a difference between the customer is right and then you deciding that, okay, so we close at 8, but you just came in and it's urgent. We can build a rapport around this and make this our lifetime clients. Let's give them the experience and extend our time just for these people. Or maybe you it's a telco and you buy credit or data. They said maybe 1 gig is for say $20. You buy it and then it's getting finished. Maybe it expires in 15 days. But on the 14th day, you realize you've not used much. Then you call them, please, it's not expiring. You don't understand. I can't pay $20. You are not right. You can't be right. So the customer is right within the confines and the policies and the expectations that the company has created for the public. Anything apart from that, the customer is not right.
Wow. This has been such a very, very insightful session. I really do hope that you've learned a thing, 2, 3, or 4 things actually from this session talking about sales. Like you would see it clearly that Daniel knows exactly what he's talking about. He's been doing this for quite a while. And I love the way that he teaches because he teaches from the point of view that, see, I've studied this thing and I know it. And it's such a pleasure to have you on the podcast one more time. Okay, so I mean, it feels like it's a no-brainer that this book is a must-have, right? 12 Sales Secrets. I know you've been reading a lot of books. I know you've been consuming a lot of content online about how to sell, but adding one more. If by now, with all the books you've read and all the resources you've consumed, you've not been able to hit it right when it comes to sale, if you're still telling yourself, I'm not a salesperson, or like I don't like selling. I mean, I'm in your class. We are driving in the same bus, but I think I like at this point because I got the secrets and I'm gonna apply the secrets. I need to learn that. Like I know we all sell, right? But just I think it applies here. Knowing is different from accepting, is different from being aware, it's different from being conscious.
Yeah.
So I want to move from just knowing that I'm already selling. I just need to convert it into results, right? So I want to be more aware and I want to be conscious of it that I can always also say, not because I want to drag position with Daniel, right? But I can also say that I'm a what now? Okay, maybe I won't say I'm a greatest, but I'm a great salesperson.
Yeah.
You see, I can sell anything like ice in Eskimo. So, Daniel, how can people lay their hands on this power, beautiful house right here? Because I love it. Like, it's so, like, even, you know how we Africans do sometimes, we just buy because it's fine, we just use to decorate our shelf. So when you do your online videos, you will have books behind you.
Yeah.
But please don't do that for this. Get this book and read it. But
Actually,
more than reading, practice. But so how can people lay hands on it?
Yeah, I love what you said, that you should get it and read it. In the first chapter, the introduction, I wrote that if you're not interested in reading it and putting in the effort, then you're wasting your time. this is not a juju magician thing that once you buy the book and read it, just by reading it, then you get results. You must practice it. So that's why in the end, I write the summary of what's in the book and what you can do now. So everything that I said you can do, if you don't do it, then you're not going to get any results. So if you want a copy, you can go to www.danielsarpong.com. And then you'll be able to order a copy, and then it will get delivered to you. You can also go to Amazon, and then get the book from there as well.
All right. So it's on Amazon, and it's on his website, danielsarpong.com. So you can order your copy. Do we have e-copies right yet?
Currently, we don't have e-copies from my website, but on the Amazon Kindle, you'll be able to get.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we looking at an audiobook coming out soon?
Yeah, very soon. I will work on an audio and also a video. Yeah.
Okay.
A video course that you can. So I'll go through each secret and then I would explain it and all that. The same way it's in the book. But that would be by mid of 2022, not now. It's not. Yeah, it's a later project. Right now, I want to make sure the other book is also released. So as people are munching on both, I can work on the audio and video as well.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can get your copy on Amazon, or you can visit his website. And also, what's your name on Instagram? So social media handle.
Oh, social media handles on Instagram and on Twitter. It's Daniel_Sarpong7. Sarpong is SARPONG. So Daniel_Sarpong7.
The same on Instagram and Twitter.
And Twitter.
Awesome.
Yes.
So I'm going to scroll it on the screen so that you can copy, but also so that you can see it. But also it's going to be in the caption or the description of the video and also of the audio podcast. So you can just get all the details there. Thank you so much, Daniel, for being here on the show and for just dropping all those nuggets of fire like you always do. Thank you so much. So, one of our new traditions in this season as we came back after our long break for the Afrocentrist podcast is to ask a question before we leave. So today's question is, of the things that you heard from today's session, which of them spoke to you the most? Everything Daniel has shared about, sales, being a salesperson, that we are all salespeople, talking about, who we are, asking yourself who you are and all of those things. What was the biggest one for you from everything we've spoken about today? So please share with us. You can either respond by commenting on our social media platforms, or you can send us an email with your response to theafrocentrist@gmail.com, or you can also send to me personally on my social media platform. Instagram, for example, you can send me a DM, or you can send a voice note as well, and we're going to compile all your responses and we're going to have it on an episode on the show. So you're going to be featured on the Afrocentrist podcast. So send in your answers and share with us what was your aha moment from this particular session. I can't wait to hear from you. I believe you that you've learned something, and I can't wait. And something personally I love to do is just get the feedback, because sometimes it also makes me hear what I probably didn't hear while I was listening, because your perspective might be different from mine. And that is how we learn, because when we learn from different perspectives, it helps an idea sink in better, which is why we ask these questions. So until I come your way again next week with another guest, or maybe next time, as you already know that we have different segments on the podcast and they air on different days of the week, until you see my face again with another guest, whether it's on my special segment, The Woman, Her Story and Her Impact, or just another episode on the Afrocentrist podcast. My name is Adria Osaka, the energetic EJ, and I'll see you next time. Bye.